Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. In the world of automobiles, there's a term for creatures like the Panerai Luminor 1958 days Marina Militare PAM 267, and among automobile connoisseurs we know of continuations like the Aston Martin DB4 GT Zagato of the late 80s, early 90s, of the recent Jaguar E-Type lightweight continuations and the XKSS, and of course Porsche's early 90s continuation series 959. But a watch that embraces the same concept, well, those are few and far between, and no one does them better than Officine Panerai. From the PAM 21 of 1997, powered by a Rolex-modified Cordoba movement, to the PAM 203 of 2005, Panerai has a way of continuing historic timepieces from the brand's military-era back catalog, complete with new old stock movements, but modern standards of fit, finish, and materials. These watches are literally the missing link between the old world and the new. However, in the case of the Panerai PAM 267, we have a continuation of a continuation, whereas the PAM 203 exists in 150 pieces and sought to bring back to life the feel, the allure, the ambiance, and the experience of the classic 6152 combat diver. The PAM 267 exists in only 6 units, a friends and family continuation for those close friends of the brand and brand brass who missed out on the 203. The 267 is even more spectacular with its unique Marina Militare dial and its addition of only 6 pieces. This complete set example, with 8-day power reserve, artisanally finished Angelus SF240 movement, can be seen on our website. Now, the watch is an experience, as I said, an event on your wrist. It is truly the closest thing you will find to a combat-era Italian Navy Panerai watch that you can own and wind and wear, and unlike the vintage examples, this one is still 100-meter water resistant. So let's talk about the basics of this watch. You already know how it fits. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, and this is the Luminor 1950 in 47 millimeters. Now you can see the watch is steel. You can see that there's a contrast between the beautifully polished bezel and the satin finish of that sensuous, historically inspired 1950 case. This is Panerai's most historically true case with their most historically true movement. It gives you everything that the vintage watch gives you, but again, it's wearable. It's actually water resistant. It's finished like a luxury watch should be, and it features all of the flair of contemporary Panerai with the gritty authenticity of historic Panerai. Now, the dial is a beautiful combination of sandwich construction that is a fully loomed disc with a stencil on top bearing the indices and the numerals. You can see red gold hands at center, as well as the subsidiary seconds at 9 o'clock. Beautiful alligator strap contrasting stitch, incredibly substantial, and you'll note the old school Panerai strap changing screws for rapid swapping. The kit does include the accessory strap changing tool. It also includes this extraordinary certificate attesting as to the rarity of the watches. Now, an old rumor goes that one example of the series was actually lost in a cab, so whether the actual surviving count is 6 or 5, you're guaranteed never to see another one. Now, I couldn't fit the full accessory box and accessory set on the camera because, frankly, it's too big for the frame. But the most important part of the set, the certificate with individual millissimation, is available in outstanding condition, attesting to the rarity of this watch. Now, it's not just a matter of taking an old movement, a true 1950s era Angelus SF240, and putting it in a watch. Panerai had to go to great lengths to get this movement where it is today. Let's zoom in as close as we can and take a look at the finish. Now, it is an Angelus 240, but no historic Panerai combat watch was finished like this. Panerai bought some of the remaining stock of Angelus Abauches from jeweler Francesco Ferretti during the late 1990s. Now, those movements were later updated and finished, as you can see, to an artisanal standard with beautiful mirrored anglage, rounded edges of every bridge. You can see the gorgeous golden chiton for the drivetrain wheels. You can see the linear dressage graining across the bridges. This is as authentic as it gets, right down to the solid and steady 18,000 vibration per hour chug of the balance wheel. So while it is the movement from history, again, No frogman crawling through the mud ever enjoyed a view this spectacular on his caseback. Really the best of both worlds. The best of the past, the present, and a collectible for the future. You can see this PAM 267 and purchase it on our website.